Well, this was the scene last spring, the protests at the state capitol, unprecedented. Tonight, 4 Democrats are seeking a chance to take on Republican Governor Scott Walker in June's recall election.
And Governor Walker also needs to get past a primary opponent. The recall is historic, and now voters have their say. Campaign coverage is first on News 3 at 6. Good evening, everyone. I'm News 3's Sarah Carlson.
And I'm Eric Franke. We have a team of reporters on top of this story throughout the state tonight. Mark Lovicott is in downtown Madison, David Douglas in Milwaukee, following the Democratic frontrunners. And
News 3's political reporter Jessica Arp is with the governor in Waukesha. We begin tonight with Mark Lovicott at the Edgewater with Kathleen Falk's campaign.
Sarah and Eric, good evening. Lots of things the Falk campaign is watching tonight. Dane County is a big one, and they are counting on Dane County for big support here to help carry her through the campaign. The undecided vote is another really big thing the Falk campaign is watching. You might remember in a poll released last week, Falk was trailing Tom Barrett by 17 points. Undecided, 19 points in that same poll. She needs that support to close the gap, so to speak, at least according to that most recent poll. Falk spent the day in Madison today, starting her day by casting her ballot at the Wilmar Center on Jennifer Street. She says, looking back, she feels she has done everything possible to ensure a victory today.
I have, and so have they. You know, labor and women and environmentalists and community organizers did what the political insiders said was not possible. They got 1 million signatures, and this recall election's happening, and I'm so proud to have earned their support.
Falk also looking for support tonight from women. One thing she has recently been talking about in her campaign is ending the war on women. In a debate Friday night, she talked about herself being a mom, and she says sometimes it takes a mom to bring a family, or in this state, in this case, a state, back together. She's really been driving that point home to voters. She says that's exactly what she will do, and we will wait here to see if she can do it tonight at the Edgewater Hotel in downtown Madison. Supporters will be here soon. They will be watching the numbers all night, as we will as well.
All right, thank you, Mark. And David Douglas continues our team coverage now. He is live in downtown Milwaukee with the Barrett.
A busy night in the mayor city, Sarah. You don't plan these victory parties thinking that you're going to lose, and if the poll numbers hold, it could be a strong victory for the Barrett campaign here tonight. A candidate who critics said didn't have the fight in him for the 2010 general election now appears to have all the fight you could hope for in a candidate, making ending the Civil War in Wisconsin his token campaign phrase. He told us today he's not positioned to win an economic battle, just a fight of what he believes voters will feel is right.
Well, by any objective standard, Scott Walker should be crushing me. This is a classic David versus Goliath battle because he's raised $25 million. I've raised about $1 million. And so with a 25-to-1 ratio, this should not even be close.
As Mark mentioned, Mayor Barrett does lead next in line opponent Kathleen Falk by 17 points in the most recent poll. That poll was taken a week ago Wednesday. How tightly those poll numbers hold tonight is a wait and see for the mayor from Milwaukee, who put up a fight and hopes to win.
All right, thank you, David.
News 3 also following the 2 other Democrats hoping to face Governor Walker. State Senator Kathleen Falk voting in Alma today in western Wisconsin. And she will be at an event in Madison later this evening.
Vinehout and Doug LaFollette getting single digits in a statewide poll released last week by Marquette Law School. Secretary of State Doug LaFollette is also having an election night party tonight in Madison.
Well, Governor Scott Walker will spend this primary election night with supporters in Waukesha. That's where we find News 3 political reporter Jessica Arp. Jess?
Well, the governor is using tonight and this backdrop here, a sort of warehouse space behind his Victory Center here in Waukesha, as a way to kick off the general election, this recall election. He had spent the weekend reminding his supporters that he does face a primary challenge from a Madison protester, but he didn't mention that today. Instead, going after Milwaukee Mayor Tom Barrett. The governor spent the day at manufacturing plants across the state in Onalaska, Eau Claire, and Green Bay. He then answered questions from reporters about his recent attacks, saying that Milwaukee is dragging the state's economic recovery down.
We're vested in trying to improve the city of Milwaukee, even if the mayor and others haven't been doing that for some time. But I think it's important for people to look at. If they want to know, 4 weeks from today, they want to know what the future would be like, compare the state of Wisconsin to the city of Milwaukee.
Walker repeated the claim he's made throughout the primary campaign that it doesn't matter if Barrett or Falk win, as he's facing down attacks from unions. Now, the state Republican Party was reminding Republican voters across the state to go ahead and cast a vote for Scott Walker in the primary today because of that primary challenge that he faces. There had been some discussion of crossover voting. Some Republicans believing casting a vote for Falk is casting a vote for Walker because they believe she could be more vulnerable in an election, but it doesn't appear that there's been a concerted effort to organize that.
And we'll have continued reports from Jessica tonight in Waukesha. Jessica, thank you very much.